Welcome to my channel. My name's Emily, the Petite Beauty Vlogger, and in today's video I'll be doing a makeup look using only luxury brands. Now, if you've seen my previous video on this channel, I did a video on a full face of budget makeup. Now, to me, budget makeup can be really great, as I showed you. I don't know if you got the same impression as I did, but I love it. So you're probably thinking why I'm doing a full face of luxury makeup, but I just want to tell you there are some great luxury makeups, and obviously not everyone can afford luxury makeups. I usually can't, but I save up. Now, this video isn't at all to brag or anything like that. I just want to show you my favourite products, because I know, especially for me, when I'm buying luxury makeup, I've saved for it and I really want it to work, otherwise I've wasted my money. So these are products I'm obsessed with, so you know which products to buy, so you're not wasting your money. Now, I know not all luxury makeup is good. I've had some really terrible luxury makeup, which I don't understand how it's the price. I think some of it's very pricey and overpriced if you ask me, but these are my favourite products that I swear by, that I really suggest buying if you have, you know, saved or got the funds. So I'm just trying to make an easy video for you to follow if luxury makeup isn't usually your go-to. So first thing I'm going to do is go in with my moisturizer. Now, I always do moisturizer before any makeup look because my skin is very dry and patchy and flaky, and of course I don't want to be having really horrible textured makeup. So the moisturizer I go in with is my Bare Minerals Butter Drench. Now, this unfortunately cost me £32, and I know that is crazy, but I bought it once because it said it was for dry to very dry skin types, which is what got me into buying it. And this is actually my second one because I loved it so much I had to buy it again. So all I'm literally going to do, use the back of my nail, pea-sized amount. Now, I don't use too much because this is really thick and creamy and you don't actually need much. And the second I used this for the first time before my foundation, it changed my life because it really smoothed out any texture I had mainly in my forehead, which is where I get it, and it just really helped make my foundation look flawless. Now, of course, this is for dry skin types. I would have to double check what to use for other skin types, but this is all I know because I don't get oily skin and my skin is definitely not normal, but it just smells divine, and it's my favourite moisturiser I've ever used in my entire life, and that is Bare Minerals. Moving on to primer, I'm going in with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Now, as I said previously, before I do my foundation, I'm going to go in with my contour, which sometimes I like to do, and this is the Anastasia. Necessarily, I bought it for all the people I'm going to be doing makeup on. Well, this is a light one, so obviously now I've done my contour. I know this looks crazy. I am just going to use my beauty blender just to help blend it before we do our foundation. This is going to give us a natural glow underneath our foundation. That's going to make it look just more glowy and fab, and I love doing this technique. It had changed my life. It's always good to just try new techniques, because you never know, you may find something that changes your life and you may start doing your makeup like that all the time. You can see it blends out perfectly. Now once you put your foundation on, if you want to put more in you can. That's the fun of this. It's just very lightweight and you don't actually feel like you've got any makeup on at all. Perfect. Now moving on to foundation, I'm going to go in my favourite, which you've seen on this channel a lot, which is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation 145. Now this foundation range is one of my favourites, not just because it's Rihanna, but because their shade range is incredible. You've probably seen it everywhere. Nobody can touch their shade range. I'm going to be applying it with the Morphe M404, and this is a cute little stippling brush which is new and I haven't used it before, so let's see if it actually works. You know I love my stippling brushes. See? Now, I try and put most of the pigment, like the thick bits of foundation where I haven't got any of that contour. But then what I'll do with the excess that's on the brush and on my skin, I will blend down where we've put contour cream. And I will do the same also for everywhere else, and I'll use that same kind of technique where I will put the thickness where there's nothing and then blend it down, and it's just going to make it look really natural. See? Make sure you get right up into that ear so there's no harsh lines. Make sure you really get into those crevices because they can be missed a lot. and you don't want to miss them because it will look silly. So of course, very lightly I go over that contour I've already done, and it just makes it look a bit more natural, and I really like it, and I really love that technique. So I'm just going to swirl over my nose, just so that contour on my nose doesn't look as harsh as it did, because it really did look intense. See? So you still have that kind of line that you drew, and the shapes that you created, but it's a lot less muted, and not as intense. Now don't forget to really blend down the neck. I know makeup has no rules or whatever, but that is a rule. Blend down your neck. But first, one thing I did forget was concealer. Now, I really actually don't own a luxury concealer because I have my Makeup Revolution one, and that has always just been a winner. I've loved it. I've never needed to use anything else, so that's the one I've just always bought, and concealers can be a bit tricky on my skin, so I don't want to spend 20-30 quid on a concealer if it's going to be crap. So I'm going to find it. So here it is. I know I've already done my contour, which was a bit of a mistake. So I'm literally not going to use much at all because I don't think I need it today. Well, I say not much and then I apply this. So technically it's not full face luxury. I want to be correct. But to me it feels luxury, and I think that's some of the best things you can get with like these cheaper products, is that it may not be luxury but it can feel luxury. So I'm going to go back in with this, just splint it out, and this is going to really help get the definition that we need, the contrast with the shade, and now the light. Now for setting powder, I'm going in with the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil powder. Now this is a little mini one. I did get this in one of those gift sets I did buy for myself, but I did get it in the sale, so it was a bit cheaper, and I can't remember how much it was, so I might have to try and figure that out, and I might put it up here if I find it. And yeah, this one is coloured, so you want to be very careful that you get the right one. This one isn't translucent, but I really like this one, and it's really just, it just does the job. It's simple, it's not bad, it's, yeah, it literally just works. But this one isn't as intense as some other powders, so of course it's not going to be like I wouldn't suggest a drag queen wear this, or someone, you know, it's not usually one I wear all the time, but it is really good for if you're trying to have that natural set, which I'm actually really like, because a lot of my powders are very heavy duty because I like them like that to keep my makeup on all day. But this is just a really nice natural one that just literally does the job. So I've done my powder, and now I'm going to move on to brows like I always do. Now this is a new product which I can't remember if I've used this on my channel before, and I'm obsessed with it. It's the Benefit Bro Microfiling Pen. Now this did cost me £22, and Benefit are known for their brow products. I believe that's how they started out, with like brow bars, you know, and like salons and things. Now the thing that attracted me to this, because of course the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow is my queen. I love this because it's so different. It has 3 prongs on it that are meant to represent like brow hairs, so this is definitely a more natural brow product, because sometimes, I know it's going to sound strange, there are some days where I don't want to wear tons of makeup, and actually I did actually wear this the other day without anything else. I know that sounds crazy for me, but it just worked brilliantly because it looked natural, and it just filled in all the little patchy bits that I was missing, and it really just gave me some natural brows. Now as always, before I do my brows, I do spoolie them just to tidy them up. You want to do short motions like this, and that is just going to naturally fill your brows, which I love, and it has really helped just give some life back into my brows. And as you can see, you can really tell the difference. Now when you get to the end, you can just use it as a regular pen, which I love. Now I will say with this I did go a bit darker because there was a more natural one I could have used, but I like it to show up on my brows and it wasn't really showing up enough for me, so I decided to get this one. Now I don't usually spend a lot, that seems crazy, £22 on this, but I actually really like it and it's so different, and I've seen loads of other brands try and copy it, but it's just never been the same. There's my brows done. I don't know what you think. I really like them. I think they look a bit more natural and they don't look too intense. If you're just popping down the shops and you've got brow issues, then just pop it on. And it took me literally 2 seconds to do. Like, I filmed it in like a minute. It's really quick and simple, and if you are someone that isn't exactly, you know, greatly skilled at makeup, it is really easy to use and I had no issues with it. I know I'm a pro makeup artist, so obviously I'm going to find things easier, but I do truly believe that if you are a beginner, it's a really simple, easy product to use. Moving on to blush, I'm going in with that Benefit Get the Pretty Started mini palette, and I'm going to be using California. Originally this probably would have been luxury, but I did buy it for £9 for this, so that's £3 each product, which is pretty budget to me. So of course you decide what you think it is, and of course I'll be applying it using the Spectrum rubbed off B08, I think the numbers rubbed off. I like this one because it's just a really nice fluffy blending brush. Moving on to highlighter. Now this is the only highlighter palette I actually own that's luxury, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dream Glow Kit. Now I think it's good. The colours are blinding and pigmented and I really love them. The only thing I will say is I think all the undertones are basically the same. They all come out with like a glowy, I can't really see it there, but a glowy pink colour, but with that colour is all the individual colours, so it's basically all those colours with pink, but it looks more glowy obviously and not too crazy. For highlighter I'll be going in with the Wish shade because, as I said in my previous video, I do like my highlighter to be nearer my skin tone, so it looks just the dewiness of me. And just for quickness, I've cleaned this brush and I'm going to be using it for Wish. And of course that holographic packaging is incredible. It's a bit more intense in real life, but I think that is so cool. Now I believe this cost something in the 40s. I'm not entirely sure because of course it was euros and I'm not good at currency and converting, but you get six highlighters. Do size reference, but they are pretty big. You get 4.5 grams per highlighter, which isn't bad. It's weird. On my hand it came out pinky, but on here it's coming out a bit more. Right, that's strange. Now, when I buy luxury products, I try and get them when I'm in a special occasion. I don't usually just buy it off the bat. I like to have stories with them if I'm going to spend that much on them. And this I did actually get in Paris. I know I'm adding to the bougie, but I got it in Sephora, the first time I'd ever been to Sephora, so I thought go big or go home. And I think no matter whether it's budget or luxury, I think having a story with makeup or story with anything you buy, I think makes it more special, and I think that's why I like it so much. Now moving on to eyes, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. Now apologies, mine's dirty, but of course these were the real deal. They were, in my opinion, it's the best Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and it's one of my favourite eyeshadow palettes, and it's been thoroughly used. I've been using this for a while now, probably longer than I should have, but I really enjoy it. It's such a good palette, and I actually really like the shadow brushes it comes with, because normally in those cheaper palettes you get those little scratchy ones, those little paddle kind of, I can't remember what they're called. No, but you get really bad ones. But these are really good. So first things first, I am just going to apply a primer, because of course I always apply a primer to my lid before I do my makeup, and that is going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. Now, I don't know whether this is cheating, but I actually got this free with my order, so not necessarily luxury, but if you were to buy the bigger one, it would be expensive. So, but I enjoy it. It's just a really simple primer, and I just use my finger to apply primer sometimes, so that's what I'm going to do today. And yeah, it's Anastasia Beverly Hills, so it's kind of like that pricey luxury brand. So yeah, but I got it free because I spent so much on a website, and it's just really easy to use and it just works. So technically it's cheating because I got it for free, but you know, I love getting free products. Who doesn't? Even if I was a millionaire, I'd still stick with my Makeup Revolution concealer and all my Kiko Milano and BH Cosmetics contours and all sorts. I could be a billionaire and I'd still buy exactly the same makeup. Just because it's got a price tag on it doesn't mean it's actually going to be any good. So I'm going to go all over my lid with Tempera, which is this one, and I put pan on it, so you know it's very well used. And I'm going to go in with that brush that was in the palette, and I'm just going to apply it all over my lid. Back in with my Modern Renaissance. Now this I believe cost me $48, and crazy. This is actually the only luxury kind of product like shadow I own. I'm going in with a mixture of burnt orange and raw sienna for my transitional, and it's just going to go above my crease just to create a bit of depth and a bit of just something to blend. I mean, that was very quick, and I don't want to put too much on because this is an orangier shade and I kind of want this look to be more pink, so I'm really not going to do much here at all. I'm going to go in with Venetian Red, which is that gorgeous purpley pinky tone right there, and I'm going to apply it using this same thing again, but really only using the tiniest amount of product because this is just going to add to my transitional, and it's just going to add that extra little pop, which I'm very excited for. Keeping that lid completely clean, and I'm just going to use this Morphe M138 to help just get that clean, sharp definition without taking it out too far. As you can see, it's created kind of like that harsh line that we're going to blend. There we go. Now I'm going to go back in with that Anastasia Beverly Hills kind of brush again, and I'm going to be going in with Cypress Umber, I think, yeah. And that is just going to go on the outer corner, just for that extra bit here. I'm just going to be pressing that in, and this is why I didn't take that pink too far down, because this is going to blend into the pink underneath. And you can always go back in with that brush that you used with the pink, just on the edges to blend the pink and the brown together. I'm really obsessed with that. I really like that, and all I'm going to do now is quickly go off camera and finish the other side. Okay, so one thing I did forget to do is do my bottom lash line, and I'll be going back in with that Cypress Umber, just on the inner corner, on the outer corner, sorry, here, and blending it forward so it all blends together, and that is literally it. So this is a really easy palette for anyone to use. They're pigmented, they are easy to blend. Now I will say there is fallout in the pan. I don't care about that. Some people do, so I'm just reporting on it. I really love these colours, and they just blend really easily. They look smooth, and they're not hard to use. So I really suggest, you know, I think they still sell it. I actually can't remember. What I'm going to do now is go onto my inner corner, which I'm actually just going to use my finger for. Get rid of the excess. And I'm going to go in with Primavera. I'm not very good on names. And I'm just going to put that on my inner corner ever so slightly here, and that is without any cut crease. So this is just it. This is just a product working for itself. Okay, so for liner, I'm literally just going to be doing a pencil liner because that's all I want to do today. And for my pencil liner, I'll be going in with the Chanel Paris Precision Eye Definer. No, I know what you're thinking. Chanel, I know it's expensive, but I love it. This one was the first luxury branded makeup I ever bought. Anything before that I was gifted, and I did get this in Paris as well. So I only really like to buy luxury makeup when I can put a story with it, which is, you know, that makes it crazy to people, but I love makeup so much that I like to have fun with it, really. And I like this one because it's also got a smudger on the end, which I like to do smoky eyes with, and it's just a really just good liner. So I'm literally just going to be doing it in my waterline and blending it down. Usually when I use pencil liners, I like to use them, sorry, this may disgust people, look away now, but I like to do it on my lash line because it can make your lashes look thicker and make them look more, you know, intense, and it makes it look like you've got more. See, I think I'm going to go with my roller lash because I love packaging. Now this is my newest buy. Now I did get this one on sale also because in my local Debenhams they have a benefit stand, and they have a whole section of sale makeup, which is where I got this from. And as you can tell, it works a dream. Of course, be very careful when doing your lower lash line because you don't want to get it on your makeup below, which I have made the mistake one too many times. Or when you do it above and then you get it on your perfectly blended eye makeup. I want to cry when that happens. Now moving on to my lips, and here is another makeup product that comes with a story. This is the Lancome L'Absolu Rouge. I'm not French, so don't come for my accent. This is in 388 Dramatic Matte, and this is Rose Lancome. Now I can't necessarily encourage you to buy this because it was limited edition, but I can encourage you to buy the range that they have because they have a big range of these. Now this comes with a big story. I have this specific pink I've been in search for years. I've gone through tens of lipsticks to find the correct one, and the second I saw this actually on the Instagram. I saw the colour, I was shocked because like, that is the shade I've been looking for years, and it took me ages to find one, but I did find one and I bought it, and it was my absolute dream. And then my car got broken into and my bag was stolen and this lipstick was in it, and of course limited edition. It's so bad I cared too much about the lipstick being stolen, but I was quite upset because it was limited edition and this was my favourite lipstick. And I know it sounds crazy, some people have memorabilia that they're obsessed, you know, that they die for and things like that. Mine's a lipstick. Now this was limited edition, so I was a bit scared that I wouldn't be able to get it again. I searched in loads of shops and they were completely sold out and they weren't selling it anymore until I went to one shop in Bournemouth, and there was a really kind lady, I'm not entirely sure what her name was, but she worked I think in the Beals there. I don't know your name, but, and you're probably not going to watch this video, but I love you because they didn't have any in her drawers, so she went, I'll check out back, and this was the last one they had ever. So I'm very grateful, and the packaging is to die for. Now you usually think, pull it off, blight, nope, ready, let's get it focused, ready. So on the top you have their logo, which of course is their rose, their flower. Oh, there we go, there we go. And you may think, oh, that's a cute logo. It is in fact a button which pushes the bottom bit out, and that's where the lipstick comes out. And here is the colour. It's kind of like a reddy pink, and it's the only one I've managed to find in the exact colour I was looking for. Some of them were just too pink, some of them were just too purpley. This is insane, and I'm very excited. I know, long story, but I care about makeup a lot. Now this look is almost done. We have got to set it, and I'm going to use the MAC Fix Plus Gold. I've used this a lot on my channel because I'm obsessed. Give it a shake, and it's stunning, and I love it. Now what I will say is, usually I will decant the product in these into just a normal atomizer, I don't know, a spray bottle, because these, although they look cool and they look fancy, I hate this bit. One of mine, I had to completely move the product to another thing because it completely broke and I didn't have it that long, and I really do not like the spray, but I love the product, so I try and I make it work for me. So and there you have it. There's my full face using luxury makeup brands and luxury makeup. Now tell me down below if you think it's worth it. I do like my luxury brands, but of course some of them actually don't even hold a candle. Some of the budget brands, now as I said at the start of the video, this really isn't to brag, it's just to be informative on what luxury products to buy if you're ever going to buy them, to make sure you're not going to make any mistakes and waste money. Now I usually buy luxury brands if I'm somewhere special, so whenever I've gone to Paris, or if I'm doing a day trip to London, which I love doing by myself, and you know, holidays, I don't really go on holiday much, or if I'm with friends, if I want to commemorate the day, I don't really buy souvenirs or anything. I just buy makeup because I always remember where I buy every bit of makeup I own. So yeah, so I hope this has informed you on the best luxury makeup I think. I don't actually own a lot because of course I'm a different YouTuber or a beauty influencer or whatever you want to call it. I don't get any PR obviously because I'm just starting out, and I pay for everything. And when I pay for my own stuff, I don't know if it's the same, I can't really speak for everyone, but when I pay for the stuff I buy, I actually want it to work, because I'm not going to buy something if it's going to be a load of shite. Like, it needs to work, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to tell you, because I'll be cheesed off myself that I bought something that was terrible. So usually I do buy budget, because then if it is a complete flop, then I haven't completely wasted my money. But always make sure, look on sales. I know a lot of sales sometimes, I know they're about to go out of date and things like that, but sometimes they are just because maybe the packaging's faulty. That's not necessarily an issue for me. Or if it's, you know, part of a range, like a Christmas range that's about to go. So it's really useful to always look on sale stuff, you know, if you are wanting to buy luxury but can't necessarily afford it, because that's what I do, because I for sure can't afford all these products. I save for them, and yeah, always be a smart shopper. So a lot of the more expensive brands I bought, like this one, this is a smart buy for me because I use it in my kit and it's got multiple different ones in it, and this is really useful for a lot of people, so I'm smart with that. And I like to buy, if I'm going to be expensive, I like to get my money's worth, so I get a lot of product in things. And of course foundation, I can't really explain, but I like a good foundation, and I know you can get some cheap ones, but this is my favourite. And if you're really struggling to find a foundation in your shade, then really look on the Fenty Beauty website, because they have a really good guide with other undertones that you can't normally get in stores. So it's really good. And I know it's scary buying foundation online. I had never done it before and I was really wary to buy this online, but it actually worked out in my favour and I'm really excited about it. So there you go. There is the video completed. Tell me down below if you like it. Tell me down below if you have any luxury brands you like, or if there's any in the video. And if you like budget or you like luxury, then also comment your favourite. Now I did a luxury video because of course I just did a budget one, so I want to be completely unbiased and I want to do a video on both, to do it from both sides of the spectrum and see how you like it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Of course you can follow me on Instagram at Petite Beauty Blogger. You can like my pro Facebook page, facebook.com/MUA by Emily, because of course at the moment you can't have makeup artists, but you can book in advance to next year if you've got any upcoming plans, so weddings, events, all sorts. So check out my portfolio. My full portfolio is on my webpage, which I will link in the description box down below because it's just very long. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.